Let's talk triggers, and in particular, trigger maintenance and how easy it really is. It's something that's quite often overlooked when you're giving your rifle, your handgun, whatever, a bit of a service, and it's something that you don't have to do probably as often as you clean your firearm. But it's not a bad idea to give it a full clean up and service, especially if you've got your rifle apart. Some of the products I'm going to use are quite sort of aggressive, and you wouldn't want to get them over the timber stock or on your scope optics, but with a bit of protection, it's quite easy to use. A couple of simple products that are readily available are brake clean and carby cleaner. And the one that I find that is the key to keeping the trigger lubricated but not becoming a magnet for dust is the old Zippo lighter fluid. So basically, I'm just going to quickly go through the method I use of servicing my trigger. Now, I just happen to have this little Seiko trigger here that I'll give a rundown, but don't hold back. You can use the pressure spray of these cans to actually give it a full flush out. And then if you really find that it needs more, blow it out. Now, what I find is some blower like this, just a battery blower or electric blower. Be careful if you're going to use your compressor and air nozzle and whatever. As long as you've got a good water separator, that's a key, because the last thing you want to be doing is blowing moisture all over your new trigger or your trigger you've just cleaned. Now, most of us are probably not going to be stripping out triggers off our firearms, but the times that you do separate your barrel action or whatever from your stock, it's a time to give your trigger a bit of a clean up. And pretty much the same sort of method. Just get your carby cleaner or whatever and virtually flush from the top down. And again, just watching the colour of the liquid coming out. Once it's coming through clear, give it a good blowout and then basically repeat the process working from the top down. Because let's not forget, our barreled actions obviously usually have a bit of oil in them. And where's that oil go over time? It tends to dribble down through the trigger. And this is not a great ideal situation. So again, clean it out with a carby cleaner or the brake clean. Be careful on your scope or any plastics. I haven't tried this method on some of the newer plastic triggers, so I'd probably avoid that at this stage because I can't guarantee that. But the old traditional metal triggers, metal setup, go for it. So once you've given it a good flush out, and you might have to do it a few times, a tray like this underneath it, you can soon tell whether there's any more dirt coming out. But if you haven't done it for a while or you've been in a really dusty environment, give it a good flush out. Once it's dry, then it's pretty much just a matter of grabbing the old Zippo and flooding it. And I mean flood it. Don't hold back. Sort of let it flow, because it will dry. Shake it out. And just leave it. Leave it for half an hour, and that there, my friends, is the best lubrication you can give a trigger. It's dry, it's efficient, and it will last.